One of the features in pre-built ML that allows users to work more efficiently is related to presets. Essentially, this is the ability for users to create shortcuts to commonly used starting places in their projects. For example, in this floor plan here, we need to draw a header. So the standard method would be to click the segment tool, draw the segment, and then begin to assign some of the things that are needed, such as the application can be set to header and the product to 2x8. But then more so, you can set the plies to 2 and the extension to 6 inches for the extra bearing on each side. And then also maybe set the no implied pitch so that future roof containers don't cause the header to be pitched. So now we've drawn our header. But for many, drawing the header like this might be used frequently in a project or even on multiple projects. And so having to go through and assign all of those settings each and every time can be avoided using the preset feature. To create a preset, draw an item the way that you want it to be. Then right-click on it and choose Save as Preset. You can give it a name. In this case, we'll call it Header or Header 1 and click OK. Now at this point, just for example, we'll delete this header. So we're back to where we started. So now if we want to draw that header, this time, instead of having to start from scratch and from the beginning, we'll come up to the segment tool, but instead of using a left click, we'll right click instead. And listed will be the presets that are available for that tool. The one that we've created here is header 1. So we'll select it and we'll begin to draw. And you'll see as we finish it, it comes in with those settings. It's over here in the takeoff items list as a brand new tool, a brand new item, but it's already been assigned the header application, the 2x8 SPF number 2, the 2 plies, the extension, and even the no implied pitch has been assigned to it. Presets can be made for a project. Perhaps you have multiple different pages. So in this case, we can go to the upper floor plan and say we need to start drawing some more headers again. Again, we can go to the segment tool, right click on it instead of left click, choose header 1, and start to draw our headers. So presets can be effective for a project as you go across multiple different pages and are going to be using similar material. But they can also be useful for even just at a profile level, meaning something that you might want to save in the base template that you use for all of your jobs. You can manage your presets by going to the Profile tab and finding the Presets tab. Along the left are all of the tools for which you can create presets. In our case, Segment tool is at the bottom, and there's our header 1. Here in this case, there's an option to choose Set Default. By clicking that button, you're defining or you're saying that that particular preset you want to use for the standard left click behavior for that tool. So let's just go back and do an example so we understand this better. Let's say that for my floor, I never want to use bearing on any of my floor containers. So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to draw a simple floor container just here in the middle of the open. Turn the page visibility off so we can see. So you can see as I've drawn this container, I have bearing. But perhaps for my line of work, I never use bearing and really never want to see bearing on my floor containers. So what I can do is I can come here, click on the floor container, right click, and choose to remove the bearing. And now with that set, I can choose Save as Preset. And we'll call this just the standard floor. And click OK. Now if I go back to my profile and look under Floor, There's my standard floor preset. And now I can choose to set this as default. It turns bold to indicate that it's the default style of tool. So now I'm going to come back to plan. Before, if I had started to draw a new floor container, as you saw earlier, I would have had bearing around the edges. But now that I've made this change, where I've said I want this preset to be my default tool behavior, I click on the floor and I start to draw my container, and notice no bearing has been drawn. So that's the advantage, or the way to use the set default or the unset default tool for your advantage. So presets can be used for all different kinds of tools, areas, counts, linears, segments, as well as many of the annotation tools as well you can create a preset for to make your workflow more efficient and more effective. Presets can be saved and used for the project, or they can be created and saved in your actual profile itself. Finally, up near the top, you'll notice that there's import and export buttons. Those allow you to pass presets back and forth between your different profiles, creating them once and sharing them amongst your several different templates or base files that you use for your projects.